It's your first time in Minneapolis, and you've been here for 5 minutes.
Yeah, we've seen this building, and it's beautiful.
It's a nice building, no doubt.
It's a nice
That's all we've seen.
Playing the 7th Street Entry tonight as we record this.
Yes.
Whoa.
Legendary venue.
Oh my God. Yeah, we didn't even know.
We didn't even know.
We heard
Robin,
the
our tour
Prince.
manager, is from here, so we're like, tell us, Robin. We don't know what.
Yeah, Prince
we don't know what's
recorded
going on
Purple Rain
That's
in
correct.
this venue, right? So
Yeah.
a lot of history here. We're really, really excited.
So you didn't know you were playing First Ave tonight. Is that for real?
No, I had
come
no
on.
idea. Actually, someone asked me last night. They're like, "Are you playing First Ave?" I was like, "Oh, I better ask my tour manager." But forgetful.
It's hard to
Also-
keep track on tour.
All right.
There you go. Yeah. We're really excited. We've just heard, obviously, a lot of really cool things. And a band we really like, Hippocampus, is from here.
Oh.
And so it makes us think of them. Quick shout out. But yeah, we're really excited to be here. We've never been here before. So
Well, it's great to have you. I've been looking forward to this show for quite a while. Joywave, of course, is headlining. Maybird on the bill, too. A couple dates into this tour already. How's the experience been on the road? Is this your first major tour?
Yeah.
How's it been going?
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever been on an official tour. We've traveled the country and done some spot shows, but first official tour, and it's been amazing. We've learned a lot so
Sure.
far, and Joywave's been a great band to be on the road with. And what I've loved the most is probably the venues. They've just been like such a fun size and really intimate shows, and just like fans really getting to know us and meet us, and like it's really cool to watch people fall in love with us every night.
Yeah, has the reaction from the audience been pretty great so far?
It's been cool. Like my favorite part of the show is just meeting people afterwards, especially people that have like never seen us before, and just like see their impressions because it's so different from every city. Like the cities that have surprised me have been like Detroit was amazing. Like I never expected to love it so much because like when you're going to Detroit, everyone's like, oh, like watch your back. Detroit's super dangerous, but it was like the most friendly, fun place I think we've like even been.
I know. I'm sure if we like went out into certain places, just like New York, it's like maybe get into a little trouble. But we were like, it's such a cool city. Like the venue was amazing. I mean, we love Chicago. We just came from Chicago, but we're getting to see a bunch of cities that we've just never been to before, which is just like a crazy experience. You're just waking up in a new city every morning and like, oh, and now we're leaving. So
Yeah, that's it.
It's intense, but so fun. We've just had a blast.
That's got to be a cool experience because, I mean, you're a young band. I mean, the humans in the band are young, but you've been in the band for like, what, 10 years now is when the Aces started?
12.
Yeah, it's 12.
Going on 12.
So we're like
ancient.
we're in our early 20s, but we started in 2007, 2008 or something.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, 2008. I feel like that feels right.
Yeah, that's,
Feels
yeah.
right?
Let's claim that.
All right, so maybe
We're
11.
claiming 2008. We
So-
don't know. We keep pushing back the
That's
years.
when
We're
I
like, have
started
we
my
really?
Facebook, so I think I'm pretty sure it's the same year.
Honestly, a tragedy that we started Facebook that early. There's so much to go back and delete.
Did we make it to MySpace or were we after MySpace?
After.
I had MySpace. I did.
I was always really excited to do a MySpace because my brothers had MySpace, and then when it came of age, MySpace wasn't a thing anymore.
I got one. I don't know how I managed to like let my parents let me do that, but
Sure.
I had a MySpace for probably like, I don't know, 6 months, a year, and then I got Facebook and that was completely forgotten.
I think Facebook jumped the shark when they went to top 16. Like you had your top 8,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Those were your 8 favorite people. Then it went to 16, and then it kind of got a little
Like, I don't
bloated.
even-
Oh my gosh,
Like-
remember that? I totally spaced that. Facebook did that too, right? They did like your top.
Did they?
Yeah, they had you on the side. Like you could add your family and your best friends. And I remember like feeling really bad. I was like, shoot, well, I have to do her and I have to do her. But what about him? He's going to be so mad.
Right.
It's like a whole thing.
I think when Facebook was starting to get popular, they were trying to do what MySpace was doing. I mean, I'm having memories pop up now where it's like 9 years ago and my caption is just, or my status is, is feeling okay or something. Like you would never do that on Facebook now.
Miles is
The connecting it to your name so it reads like a sentence.
Exactly.
Right?
Crystal
Yeah.
is bored.
Exactly.
I feel like okay is what we strive for. You know what I mean? That's the most realistic feeling I think I can really
I'm
strive
doing
to
all right.
have. You know
Not
what I mean?
terrible.
I'm trying. But being a band for, 10 plus years now, you're doing it. You're touring the country. Like you're opening for a big band. Like you're finally doing what you've been wanting to do for over a decade. I mean, that's got to be incredible, right?
Absolutely. It's been, like we've been working toward this for a long time, and we specifically held off from touring, throughout like our earlier years as a band, just because we didn't feel it was the time to do it yet. We didn't feel we had like the financial support. We didn't feel, you know what I mean? We're like, well, we want to go places when there's really a demand for us to go there. And so we held off and just worked our hometown really closely and really started to excel in our hometown and become a bigger and bigger band there. At Velour, which is a venue in our hometown in Provo that really supported us, gave us the stage time. And then, with signing our record deal in the last year and stuff, it just started to become more of a possibility, more of something that seemed like mandatory. Like, okay, now is the time. You have to get on the road. There are people in these different cities and markets that are like really want to see you. They will buy tickets.
Right.
So it's been amazing.
Like fortunate enough to like almost every area we go to, we have like a good amount of fans that are like, oh, I've been listening to your music forever, and it honestly is like really like amazing to meet, like be in a city so random and people know our music there.
And just really humbling, I think, too, because it's like we've had a couple fans, like I had a girl yesterday in Chicago kind of like wrap her arms around me and was just like, your music helped me through like a really hard time. So like, thank you so much. And she was kind of shaking and like sounded like she's on the verge of tears. And so that was so cool. It's just really humbling to get to meet some of these young kids who have been listening to our music for like over, years now.
Sure.
So it's awesome.
Is the music you make autobiographical? Are they from actual experiences you've had? Are they from friends?
Always.
Okay.
Always
yeah.
from personal experience.
So hearing that from fans must be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I think we really strive to make our music as connectable
Just,
and
like,
like
real
and universal. Like we just want you to, because I think we all feel the same things, whether it's like different versions of them in different scenarios. And so I think when we're writing our music, we're like, I want you to feel how I feel right now, and how can I do that?
Yeah.
In the best way. And so it's awesome to see that it's happening. It's connecting to people.
It's happening.
So
10 years in, it's crazy. Talking about your experiences in Utah and gaining a fan base there, and you mentioned Hippocampus earlier. It kind of reminds me of their journey a little bit in Minneapolis and St. Paul and the Twin Cities. I mean, they're so big here. They're big around the country too, but it's something different here. They do 2 nights in the main room at First Ave, right? So it's cool to see sort of a similar thing happening with the Aces. And you mentioned something with Hippocampus earlier. What's next? What do you guys want to accomplish after this tour? What's on the horizon?
Well, yeah, putting out our first album is like definitely going to be a big one. We've never put out a full length before.
Right.
So we're all gearing up for that early next year, and we're just excited to see what comes with that.
You mentioned, financial supports, you want to do it at the right time, linking up with Red Bull Records. How did you guys link up with Red Bull?
When we released Stuck is when we started getting our first label interests, and we were meeting with a lot of different people, and Red Bull was a big interest at the beginning, and we were like, who the heck is Red Bull? We had honestly no idea who they were.
Well, we did,
Other
like,
than,
as a label, we knew
as
the
a
energy
label,
drink.
yeah.
You were
but-
aware there.
Yeah. No, I've never heard of that drink. No, just kidding. So yeah, but when we were meeting a bunch of people, when we went to Red Bull, we were totally blown away by their presentation and the people in the office, and just they work really hard. They're a really tight knit group and really personable. We just felt like they were family almost, and signing with them has been like a really amazing experience for us, and we're really happy we did that.
Yeah.
I think I'm just super proud that because we were talking to a few other labels too, and maybe would have chosen one that you would think, oh yeah, we would for sure like go with this label, and Red Bull was kind of the underdog. But I'm glad that we just all kind of got together and thought of like, what team do we want? What people do we want to be working with every single day and interacting with? And we just felt so comfortable with everyone who works there, and just felt like we were on the same wavelength, and they understood us and our project and what we wanted to do. So yeah, it's just
Yeah,
been a
it was
really
definitely
awesome
like
experience.
our gut over like our heads almost. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an expression for that. I was going to say gut over matter, but I don't think that makes sense. But like, we really know, really, it's like what Kenna was saying. Like, we just totally went with the feeling and the vibe
Right.
versus like, oh my God, you have an offer from so-and-so. How could you not take that? But it's like, it just didn't feel right.
You're looking at the big picture.
Yeah.
Essentially, and they're a great label. AWOL Nation's on that label. And I can tell you, they're emailing me and calling me like every day to play your music. So they're working hard. They're working hard for you. Yeah. The Aces out of Utah, first time in Minneapolis. Enjoy your time in the Twin Cities.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Have a great time tonight at the show. I look forward to being there and watching you play.
Awesome.
And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
Miles.
you. Appreciate it.